And welcome back. We are in bonus session number 2 of the Brand and Demand Bootcamp. I'm super excited about today because I've been kind of talking about some of this stuff all week. So if you've been hanging out with me all week, you know I've been talking about how the landscape of marketing is changing and what you need to do to make sure your business is on the cutting edge and understand what you need to do during these times. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going into detail about marketing shifts, but if you got my email, you know that I said that it's Sunday, right? And most of us on Sundays, we're getting ready for the week. I know for me today, I have some meal prepping to do. So I know that a lot of us have a lot going on. So I promise not to be long today. Um, so I also talked to you about the Expert Branding Academy. The doors of the Expert Branding Academy are open. The Expert Branding Academy is my 12-month mentorship program. And that is how I mentor coaches, consultants, mentors, and growing their businesses. I help them to build their personal brands, create their high ticket offer, and get paying clients. Who does not need paying clients, right? We all want those paying clients, especially for those who are burned out from working for free and doing so much for people and not getting paid to do it. So inside of the Expert Branding Academy, we cover a lot of different business topics. We talk about Facebook ads. We talk about marketing in the DMs. We talk about sales. We talk about creating your email list, creating your opt-in offer, creating low ticket offers, all kinds of things. So it's an academy. So if you think, what do you think about when you think of the word academy, right? When I think of the word academy, I think of learning. I think of a library that I can go to and pull what I need. That's what it's like inside of the Expert Branding Academy. You can literally go in and grab what you need for where you are right now. Hey, Sherry. Happy Sunday, y'all. Thank you guys for hanging out. So it's an academy, and you can literally pull the trainings that you need based on where you are. As I told you, it's not a cookie cutter. This is not a cookie cutter program. You actually can be safe and feel comfortable with where you are because you can grab the knowledge that you need. Okay. So inside of the Expert Branding Academy, we meet once a week. We meet 4 times a week for an hour or more. Usually, the very minimum that we meet is an hour. Sometimes it goes over. Sometimes we meet for 2 hours, depending on what people need in that moment. I am not the person who cuts off. I know that for some people, it's important for them to end on time. But for me, I've blocked out that time to be with my clients. And I don't usually schedule anything right before or anything after because I'm really committed and dedicated to serving them. So if we get into the meeting and someone needs a little extra support, I don't just cut off and say, okay, it's our hour. Finish it tomorrow. We'll talk to you another time. I actually spend the extra time to make sure that everybody has what they need for that week. Okay. So you get a monthly business class where we meet on one of the Tuesdays that we meet. It'll be a business class, and you'll learn strategies to build your brand and set up all of your business fundamentals. When it comes to the technology stuff, you don't have to worry about those things inside of the academy because I have a very strong technical background, as well as I have a couple of clients who, one of my clients has a virtual assistant agency, and one of my clients does a lot of other, she teaches work from home moms how to run their technical systems as well. So, but among all of us, you should not and will not have to worry about technical issues at all. Okay. So you also get a monthly implementation guide to go along with that business class where you can have something that you can actually print out or refer back to. Let's say you're like, okay, I need to go back and implement this, but I don't have time to watch that whole 1 hour session again. Let me just grab the implementation guide to get all of the notes that I need. I teach directly from the implementation guide. Okay. You also get a monthly live review session where you can have anything that you're working on within your business reviewed, get some more eyes on it. It could be anything from your sales page to an email that you want to send out, to a new offer that you created, to some content that you want to put out. Anything that you're working on around your business, you can bring it to the live review session and have it reviewed. Then you get a monthly live Q&A. So no one's getting stuck, right? No one's getting stuck inside the Expert Branding Academy because you have so much support. You really have to fail on purpose. I said this yesterday. There's so much information and so much support. You have to try to fail. So that monthly live Q&A is designed to help you avoid pitfalls so you can constantly stay in motion. I've been in a place where I've been stuck, where I've invested in courses and I couldn't get to the next step because I couldn't reach the course creator. So I know what it's like to be stuck. after you've made an investment. That is a very hard thing because it's like, wait, I've invested my money in this thing and I'm still stuck. We are not having that inside of the Expert Branding Academy. And that's why the Q&A is specifically designed for you to ask any questions. Maybe you've been working on something during the weekend, some things came up, or maybe you're trying to navigate through a difficult situation and you just need someone to help you work through some things. You also get a monthly co-working session, and that's where we worked with the group live, and I give step-by-step guidance on accomplishing tasks that push your business forward. It could be anything from generating leads, making specific Facebook posts. One of my clients got nine new clients off of one Facebook post that we did. And so the clients just kept coming in and they just kept coming after this one post. So I remember checking in with her for the next couple of days after we made that post inside of the co-working session. And I'm like, well, how many clients did you close? And then she's like, 3. And I'm checking the next day, like, how many more clients did you close? She's like, I did 4 more. And so it was a really awesome experience. But basically the way that it worked is I gave everyone what to post. We all worked on it together and posted at the same time. And we also do videos together sometimes. We work on lead generation and just a bunch of other different things. But the great thing about working together for that hour is after that hour is up, you've just finished 1 hour dedicated to your business where you work through some things with other people. And so there's nothing like having other people who are doing the same thing that you're doing to help you to get through something, right? So you also get a one-on-one jumpstart session. That's where you and I will get together and we will design your high ticket offer. We will come up with the name of your offer, the description of your offer. We'll come up with all of the transformational outcomes that your ideal clients are going to get. We will also price your offer. And then I help you to write the copy. Well, really, I write the copy for your offer. So you literally in that session go from idea to a complete full-blown offer. So by the time we finish that session, you're walking away with an offer that you can sell. And literally that is priceless. When you have a well put together offer that you know is well written, it is well designed, and you know that it's priced correctly, that you really can't even put a price on it, because what happens after that is your ability to make money after that is unlimited as long as you're willing to do the work, right? Remember when I told you that? As long as you're willing to do the work, that is the key part, right? I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is easy, because it's not. If I told you, oh, it's easy. If I said, Sherry, it's easy, you know, this is an easy thing to do, right? I would not be telling you the truth. It's hard. Business is hard, okay? And you really got to be willing to stick with it. And that's why I told you with my clients, I stick to my clients through the tough times, through the better times, and we navigate through everything together. I came up with my name for my offer this morning. So exciting. Yay for you. Like, I'm telling you, that's a hard thing to do, right? When you finally get that name, it's like, yes, I got it. So sometimes the name can be a struggle. So I always tell people, don't get too stuck on a name, because that thing will keep you stuck. So congratulations for getting the name of your offer, because that's a big step. So you also get Facebook group access and membership login access so that you can access any of the past trainings that we've already done. And I will tell you, there's a lot of stuff in there, but you don't have to get overwhelmed, because you're only going to choose what you need for right now. So let's say you already have an offer and you're ready to start selling that thing. You can skip straight to the part about how to get paying clients, because you already have your offer. If you don't have an offer, then you go to the part where it tells you how to create your offer from start all the way to finish. And then I also help you to design and work on whatever it is you want to work on. So let's say you want to come up with a launch strategy, right? If you're like, okay, I want to do a webinar to launch my program, I help you create your webinar from start all the way to finish. I'll tell you exactly how to sell on your webinar, what you need to include in your webinar, and you can even have your webinar slides reviewed just to make sure it's on point. So when you get ready to sell, it's ready to go, it looks fantastic, and it's positioned so that your ideal clients are going to be very interested in what you have to offer, okay? So so you get the monthly business class, the monthly implementation guide, the monthly live review session, the monthly live Q&A, the monthly co-working session, the one-on-one jumpstart session, Facebook group access, and membership login access. So the investment for the Expert Brand Academy is $1,000 a month, or you can pay in full. If you pay in full, you get 2 bonuses. You get a 30-day one-on-one sales mentorship with me. That's where I will mentor you for 30 days on sales. This will be outside of the group. This will just be you and I working together on your sales. I'll be guiding through what exactly you need to do, what you need to say, and how to close your first sale so that you can get that cash flow. Okay. With the pay in full, you also get a VIP day where you and I will work together for 5 hours on your offer and your launch strategy. That's outside of the jumpstart session. So some of my VIP days range from $1,000 to $5,000. Okay, so you get that VIP day, that 5 hour VIP day when you pay in full, plus the 30-day one-on-one sales mentorship, and you save $1,200. So it's 10% off when you pay in full. Okay, so go to expertbrandingacademy.com and you can see all of the details that I just explained to you on expertbrandingacademy.com. And if you're interested in joining, I would love to talk to you. I do 30-minute free consultation calls. If you're interested, if you're thinking about it, if you want to make sure it's the right fit for you, I would love to talk to you. Just send me a message and say, hey, Shanta, I want to talk more about the Expert Branding Academy, and I'll get you booked on a call immediately. Okay. So today is all about the market, the shifts that are happening in marketing. So let me get my notes so I can stay focused, because I hope I'm not sounding like a motor mouth, because I was like, I don't want to keep you long today because it's Sunday and we all have stuff that we have to do to get ready for the week, especially those of us who have little people running around. Usually on Sundays, I'm washing clothes, ironing clothes. Yes, I still iron. Some people laugh at me when I tell them that I actually iron iron my kids' clothes and some of my clothes too. Listen, some of my jeans still have creases in them. So yeah, so that's how I roll. So I'm washing clothes, ironing clothes, hanging up clothes on Sundays. I have some meal prepping I have to do. So I know you got a lot of stuff going on too. So let me know in the comments, how has things been going for you so far throughout the week, throughout the Brand in Demand Bootcamp? How have things been going for you? And what was one of your biggest takeaways? Let me know in the comments. If you've been hanging out and watching the sessions, what was one of your biggest takeaways, and how has it been for you? So just let me know in the comments what you're thinking, how you feeling. And while you're doing that, I'm going to start talking about some of the changes that are happening right now or have happened that have impacted the way we market or the way that we should market. So I've said this to you before, that your brand is a living thing, meaning your brand should be shifting and moving with the times, not staying the same, right? Because anything that's not growing is considered dead. One of the qualifications of a living thing is that it grows, right? So if your business is not growing, if your brand is not growing, it's considered dead, right? But I want you to understand that your brand is a living thing. That means you can shift and move. You're not stationary. You can shift and pivot with the times. Okay. So one of the biggest things that have happened, that has really changed things. I talked about this a little bit during the week, is the iOS update. And I asked you, if you don't understand what the iOS update is, let me know so I can explain it. And then I went into detail and explained what the iOS update was and how it has changed marketing. So the biggest thing that the iOS update is impacting is our ability to track what our customers and clients, the movements that our customers and clients are having, which in turn really negatively impacts our ability to market the right things to the right people. So let's say, for example, if I send out an email and let's say I'm sending out an email for the Brand in Demand Bootcamp, and I'm like, hey, everybody, we're going to do an extra bonus session. Meet me at 12 o'clock in the group, and I'm going to talk to you about marketing shifts, right? I can go in and see how that email was delivered. And I can also go in and see who actually opened it. That way, I can send a special message just to people who open that email and say, hey, I saw that you opened an email. I have a special offer for you just because you opened this email. Or I can resend the email to people who have not opened it, right? And I can say, hey, here's, this email again. I don't know if you saw it or not. However, with the iOS update, you can't really be sure who has opened your emails or not anymore if they have an Apple device, because now email tracking is being impacted with the iOS update, as well as ads tracking. So now it's not as clear as who's clicking on our ads. And so from a personal standpoint, it's really great because people can opt out. Personally, I have not opted out of anything because I actually like to shop online. So I'm like, market to me, send me your ads because I like to shop. If you can put something in my face that I was just looking at and help solve one of my problems, then by all means, feel free to send me all your ads, right? But some people are not on Facebook for that. Um, I'm a Facebook shopper. I'm a social media shopper. I'm one of those people who buy things like right off social media, right? So I'm not opting out of anything. I'm like, send me everything. So we're unable to see clearly who's clicking on the ads, who's responding to certain ads. So on a personal side, it's great. However, from the marketing standpoint, that could be difficult, right? It makes things harder for us to market to the right people. So because of that, ads are costing more money than what they used to. You used to be able to run a Facebook ad and you could spend like pennies for leads. You could spend like 5 cents a lead, 20 cents a lead. And now things have changed dramatically. I remember running an ad like years ago, and I was getting leads at like, I was getting conversions as like 5 cents a conversion. However, things have changed a lot, and now people are paying all the way up to $300 per lead. So anywhere between $25 to $300 per lead, depending on what your niche is. So that means if you're running an ad and you get two people to sign up for whatever your offer is, and you pay $50, that means you paid $25 per lead. And if they don't convert, then that's $25 that you spent that did not come back to you yet. And so it could take you longer to get a return on your investment because you're spending so much to get that one lead. Okay. So that's kind of like how the iOS update has impacted what we're doing and how we're doing things. So when it comes to the iOS update, the way to deal with that, first of all, is if you're going to run ads, let me give you two different things. If you're going to run ads anyway, you have to make sure your messaging is on point. Your messaging has to be dialed in. It has to be impeccable because you want to make sure you're reaching the right people. So now, because it's costing more money to get those leads, you got to focus on that messaging and also do your absolute best with targeting. Now, I will tell you that one thing that a lot of people recommend is hiring out and hiring somebody to do your ads. I've always run my own Facebook ads and they've always done fantastic. However, I brought someone in to do ads for me before because I'm like, I just don't have time anymore. So I've hired to write ads as well. So you have to think about if you're hiring someone to run your Facebook ads, you have to pay that person to write your ads and run your ads. And then you also have to pay for the ads as well. And so it could get pretty pricey and that could start impacting your bottom line when it comes to your business bank account. And when you're just starting, sometimes you don't have that kind of income yet to invest in Facebook ads. So if you're going to run ads, you want to make sure your messaging is dialed in as best as it can be. And you want to pay close attention to your analytics. A lot of people run ads and they don't pay attention to the analytics. You want to look at those numbers because the data is going to tell you what to do next, right? The data indicates when something is off with your ad. So, for example, if people are clicking on your ad and they're going to your page and they're not taking action on your page, it could mean that your copy on your page is off and you need to tweak it. Okay. If you're running your ads and no one's clicking on your ads, you may need to go back and tweak your ad copy. So the data tells you what to do next. So that's an important part is making sure you understand the data. So the other thing about the iOS update, and this is going to flow into another one of the topics that we're going to talk about today. The iOS update, because ads have gotten a lot more expensive and it's very difficult to tell who's opening your emails and who's clicking on your ads. One of the things that's going to make a huge difference is how you're connecting with your audience. And one of those things is to really dial in your audience and what they're experiencing and what they're going through, but also have a connection with your audience. I have people that they'll, first of all, they'll probably never become clients, but I still stay in contact with them because they're just great people and they're always sending people to me. So it's like, wait, this person may not ever become a client, but they're always referring people. And I think that's a really great thing to have. So right now in this time, you really have to focus on having a strong network. Your network has to be strong. And one of the ways that you're going to be able to thrive is by connecting and locking arms with other people. I know that we say this all the time, and you've probably heard it, community over competition. I've said it a few times this week. However, that is not just a cliche anymore. It is a way of business, right? We can't just say it just to be cute. You really have to be about it. You really have to be about community over competition. And that is going to be the way that you're going to be able to thrive in this time, okay? The other thing about your ads is you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. If you're running ads on any platform, you also want to make sure you have other strategies to bring people into your world, to bring people onto your email list, to bring them to your groups or wherever you're connecting with clients at. You need more than one strategy. So you have to have the paid side, and you also need to understand how to market organically. You got to understand organic marketing. So for those of you who are brand new, when I say organic, I mean you don't pay for it. There are people making 7 figures organically, not even spending money on ads. I teach all of that inside of the Expert Branding Academy, how to get in front of your audience, how to market organically, how to grow your audience organically. But I also teach the Facebook ads too. So I teach both sides because you really got to have more than one option. You cannot put all of your hope into a Facebook ad and think that that's going to grow your audience and bring you the sales you need. If you're going to do the ads, not when I say Facebook ads, I mean any ads. If you're going to run ads, you got to also have a strong organic strategy as well. It used to be you can just do ads and just, just run your ads, bring people into your workshop and sell in your workshop. Now you got to have that you got to have an ad strategy as well as a marketing strategy. However, and that's if you're doing ads. If you're doing ads, you need both. You need the organic plus your ads. However, you can actually make amazing income organically. Okay. You do not have to run those ads. You can actually do the thing organically without spending a dime on ads. It does take a little work, or as my dad would say, put some elbow grease on it. It does take a little elbow grease. But if you have the time, this is what I'm always talking about. If you have more time than money, then put some elbow grease on it and get to work, right? And I teach all of that inside of the academy so that when you're sending messages to grow organically, when you're getting yourself booked to grow organically, and when you're doing the things that it takes to build your business without spending money on ads, it does take a little bit of effort. However, it's a part of the growth. And then when you get to a point where your business income is bringing in enough where you can start bringing on a team, hiring people. One of my clients has brought on 2 or maybe 3 people to help her in various areas of her business. And I think it's fantastic because now we're shifting from like just the ground level and leveling up and also bringing on a team. So that's something you may want to consider as well, is once you get that income flow in, bringing on people to help you to grow, okay? So many takeaways. Asking for referrals. Yes. Selling is service. Authority, author. Oh, wonderful. Yep. That is wonderful. And those, listen, just the stuff that you just said right there can take you a long way. Okay. Take you a long way. Have not implemented in my business yet. I'm planning to review my notes today. Wonderful. And that's the key too, is repetition is so important, y'all. Like I cannot tell y'all, like my family, I'm gonna say this. I'm not bragging on myself, but I'm pretty smart. But there are things that I have to listen to over and over and over again. My dad just called me a brainiac a few days ago. He was like, "You're such a brainiac." I was talking to my mom too, and she was telling somebody, "This is my brainiac daughter that I'm talking to." They think I'm such a nerd, and I kind of am. But I'm just saying that to say that some things I need to watch over and over and over again so that I can actually get it, so that it clicks. So I'm saying, listen, read, rewatch as many times as you can so the stuff can sink in so you can actually go and implement it. So it takes time. And sometimes you have to hear something over and over and over again before you're like, okay, I got it. I'm ready to take off. But I will tell you, if you're one of those people who you're in a place and you're like, I really want to invest in myself right now, but I'm just not in position to, then you're one of those people. You're going to have to take action and learn by making mistakes. And that's okay too. If that's where you are and that's the way you have to do it, then that's the way you have to do it. And I've been there too, where it's like, when I told you guys, like when I was first getting out of the Navy and I was trying to figure out like what my next step was going to be. And I had to try some things. And then when I started to invest in myself, then I started to understand why the things that I was doing wasn't working. However, if you are not in a position to invest in yourself, don't let that stop you from trying something, because I will tell you, experience is the best teacher, right? If you cannot invest right now, sometimes you have to do something wrong to figure out the right way. Don't let not being able to invest stop you from moving forward or stop you from trying. because when you try something and it flops or it fails, it doesn't work the way you thought it was going to work, guess what? You just found out a way that doesn't work. Now you can go keep trying and find a way that does work. Hey, Erica, happy Sunday. So you can find a way that does work, okay? But if you can invest in yourself, then I will highly recommend that you invest in yourself. Even if it's not with me, find someone who can mentor you and teach you how to do the things that you need to learn how to do to grow your business. I will tell you that me investing in myself has changed the game big time. When people say to me, you've grown so much, like your business has taken off, your whole life has taken off, it's because I invest in myself on a regular basis. And when I invest in myself, it's never in my budget. Okay. I had to pause on that. It's never in my budget when I invest. Usually it's like, oh my gosh, this is such a stretch, but I'm going all in. And when I tell y'all, listen, when I have this joke that I say, like when you get presented with an investment and it's a stretch, literally it's like moving furniture around. So when you move furniture around, I don't know about you, but before I was married, even still, I try to sneak and do things when my husband is gone, because when my husband is around, he is not having it. Like if he came home and saw me moving the couch, he'd be like, girl, what are you doing? You got a whole husband. He always says, you got a whole husband. So, but I like to do certain things. Like I like to wash my own car and like little things like that. So, but anyway, so when I used to move furniture around, I would sit in the room and I would strategize and I would be like, okay, if I move this lamp over here, move this plant right here, move this couch. Well, that's what it's like when I'm getting ready to make a large investment. In my head, I'm literally moving furniture around. Like I'm calculating the numbers and I'm like, well, if I do this, I do. It's still not adding up. I still won't be able to. It's never in my budget. Every investment that I made in myself was a leap and I had to play catch up. I'm not saying this should be your strategy, right? I'm not telling you to go invest if you can't invest. But what I'm saying to you is every investment that I made in my life and in my business always stretched me out of my comfort zone. And it was never something that I said, oh, I can afford that. Never, not once. Even in the early stages of investing in myself, it was never, oh yeah, I can afford that. I'm good. Let's do this investment. It was always, oh my gosh, this is so big. But I know if I do what I need to do, I can be able to take care of this. I can be able to handle this. And so that's just how I think, right? So investing is a huge thing, but depending on where you are, you got to do what you got to do. Okay. So don't let people make you feel guilty because it's like, well, you can't. Now I will tell you the truth about the free stuff, right? The free stuff is only going to get you so far. But if that's what you got to absorb until you can get to the next level, then remember, do what you got to do, okay? And don't even feel bad about it. It's just like, look, child, I'm trying to grow my business. I got to do what I got to do, okay? So, okay, so let's talk about the other change that's happening that has impacted marketing. I talked to you about how a lot of people are leaving their jobs. Not only have a lot of people left their jobs, but a lot of people have lost their jobs, getting laid off because business closing due to COVID. A lot has changed right now in the workforce. So what's happening is more people are starting businesses now than ever. And if you go and look at the statistics, you will see that more businesses have grown during this pandemic than we've seen in a very long time. And so because more people are starting businesses, that means if you're in any space where you support business, or even if you're in a space where you help people to make more money, or save time, or anything that people need right now during this time, it is your time to shine. It's your time to shine. People are stressed out. People are burned out. People are overworked. People are afraid of what the future is going to look like. People are trying to grow their businesses because they're like, I lost my job. Now I'm just forced to start this business. How do I build online? How do I get my marketing message together? For the people who are stressed out, they're like, I'm so stressed out because I don't know what the future is going to look like. If you help people to relieve stress or deal with anxiety, it's your time to shine. So anything that people are going to need right now, whether it's business, dealing with certain stress, dealing with family issues, dealing with loss, think about the stuff that you've seen people experiencing and see how what you do fits into that, and lean into it. Lean into that thing. So I'm going to give you another example of how we can lean into the current times. So the other thing about the times right now is we're During a time where we're being forced to isolate and separate ourselves from other people, I will tell you that people want authentic connection, because this is a time where people are saying you got to be social, you got to socially distance yourself from other people. Don't go to large gatherings. Hopefully, hopefully those things will be changing real soon. But in a time where people are being forced to isolate and separate, this is a time when you, as a business owner, should be leaning into that and saying, you know what, let me go out and build connections with people. The current tools that we have right now enable us to connect with people without being in the same room with them. And you really got to lean into that. You can get on video and be in somebody's living room, be in somebody's office, be on somebody's phone, and not physically be in the same place with them. That's just one way to connect with people and build a relationship without physically being in the same room. And you can really lean into that and ride on the fact that people want authentic connection right now. A personal brand is all about people, your audience, your people feeling connected to you, feeling like they know you, and learning how to trust you, so that when you say my program is $20,000, they're like, I know I'm going to get at least $50,000 worth of value out of this. Okay. So lean into that and really focus on building a real connection with people. I'm always in the messages talking to people and messaging people, because I'm like, I really have a genuine interest. And for me as an introvert, if I can message you, listen, my thumbs are on fire, because I'm texting and messaging, because like that's my thing, right? I can message you all day, but if you call me while I'm messaging you, I might toss my phone because that is one of the biggest ways to to get your phone call not answered. If I'm texting you and you call me, like I'm gonna be looking at the phone and rolling my eyes, right? Because as an introvert, like I need you to prepare me. Let one of my friends, when she's going to call me, she'll tell me, I'm calling you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And I'll be like, okay. So I'll be ready for that. I'm mentally prepared. But when people just call me out of the blue, that throws my whole vibe off, right? So, but however, I feel like with introverts, like you can really work this social media thing. The world is leaning toward virtual, right? We saw how Facebook has just changed the name of their overarching or their parent company to Meta. And what it is all about virtual reality. Think about how we are right now, right? We're in the same place, but not physically in the same place. When I work out virtually with trainers. Okay. A lot of things are virtual. People go to church virtually right now. So because of that, think of how you can lean into that and really focus on what the times are doing right now and lean into that so that your business can always stay afloat. I promise you, if you learn how to shift and move with the times, your business will always be thriving when other businesses are struggling. Okay. So think about that connectivity. I talked about on one of my pages, I said connection is the new currency. Connecting with people is the new currency. Just these last couple of weeks, people have reached out to me. I've booked a couple of speaking engagements just from being on video and people seeing me on video, and they're like, oh, can you come do this? Can you come talk about this? Can you? Because of me showing up to engage and connect with my audience. Okay. So think about the different areas where you can connect with people. Use the tools that are right in your hands. The phone that you have is a tool that you have that you can actually connect with people and build your audience. Okay. So I teach that as well, how to get in those DMs, how to build a connection with your audience, how to close sales in the DMs, and all of that stuff. So that's one thing that you need to focus on leaning into. How can I show up more? How can I be more connected? How can I give my audience more opportunity to get to know me? Okay. So the other thing that you want to think about, so I skipped one. So I talked about the iOS update. And then I talked about how we're being forced to isolate and how connection is the new currency. So let me just recap really quickly, okay? So the iOS update has changed a lot of things. So the way to deal with the iOS update is to have multiple marketing strategies. You want to make sure if you're going to run ads that you also have multiple organic strategies working for you, okay? The other thing that you want to look at is with us being forced to isolate during this time, how can you build authentic relationships and authentic connections with your audience and with your ideal clients. The third thing that has changed is actually that's the second one, but I've flopped around. So now it's the third one. I started talking about people leaving their jobs and people losing their jobs or quitting their jobs. Both of those things are happening right now. And a lot of people are looking to start their businesses, but people are also dealing with a lot of the issues that have come along with this pandemic: loss, grief, anxiety, stress, bad eating habits. Can y'all see some of the stuff that you can do? Let me know. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. If you feel like what you do, if you can see how what you do fits into this market right now, let me know in the comments. Tell me how what you do can serve someone in this market right now. Let me know in the comments. I know you got some ideas, so I want to see them. So, because people are leaving their jobs and because people are looking for new opportunities, you got to be a little bit flexible right now. And what I mean by that is not to the point where you're discounting your prices. I never recommend discounting your prices. But what I do, okay, unless it's Black Friday, unless it's Black Friday or Small Business Saturday or Cyber Monday or something like that. However, because people are leaving their jobs and losing their jobs, you got to be a little bit more flexible because, say, for example, like my program is 12 months long. Some people may be like, I just lost my job and I can't commit to 12 months because I don't know where my income is going to be coming from. And so one of the things is being flexible with what you offer, meaning I teach my clients how to have their main program. And then I talk about the different things that they can do to make money. And we're going to talk about this in one of the bonus sessions. When I talk to you about 7 different ways to monetize your expertise, I'm going to tell you 7 different ways you can take knowledge that's in your head and make money from it. Okay. And that's going to give you ideas about how you can shift and move with the time. So, what I mean is, if a person just lost their job and maybe they want to start their business, or maybe they're like, I need to deal with my anxiety, or maybe they have something that they want to spend on to help them to get through this time, they may not be able or prepared to invest in your 12-month program or your 6-month program. However, if you offer something else, they may be able to do that. Like if you offer a VIP day or some type of course, maybe it's like, okay, I can't do the 12-month or the 6-month program, but I can pay for this session right here, or I can pay for this course, or I can pay for this VIP day right here. So you see how having a little bit of flexibility can give you the opportunity to not leave that money on the table, right? There's more opportunities for you to make money so that your business can continue to grow if you have the flexibility to accommodate people who are looking to break into a new space or do something different, but they may not be able to commit to those longer programs. However, you will always find people who can do your main program. Okay, you're always going to find people to be able to do that. But because of the times right now, you got to have a little bit more flexibility. Okay, so that's 3 different things that we talked about. We talked about the iOS update and having multiple strategies to go along with it. Making a Facebook post is not enough anymore. Just making a post. You actually need to engage and connect with people and have some organic strategies. We talked about how the current times are forcing people to isolate, but you can really lean into that and build connections with people. Get in those messages and find people and connect with people. Not always looking to sell, right? Because before you sell anything, you got to find out if you can help the person first. And if you don't know the person or you haven't taken the time to connect with them, you're never going to find out if you can actually help them first, right? So building connections is going to go a long way. Even if people never become your clients, they may refer people to you. Like I told you, I have people, they'll probably never be my clients, but they're always referring people. And that's a wonderful thing. Remember when I talked about that network and linking arms with people? That's going to be the way up in this season, okay? And it could change. Y'all know, y'all know how things change. I talked to you about how when I was in the Navy, things, as a matter of fact, I'm wearing my Navy shirt today. so things change really quickly, and you got to be ready to stay on top of those things. And I'm always talking about this inside of the Expert Branding Academy. When I stood up, it just messed up my whole lighting. This Mac computer, y'all, like my Mac computer does the weirdest thing. It lights up on its own and then it gets dark on its own. It is the weirdest thing ever. One of my clients has a Mac computer too, and she said hers does the same thing. That thing is so weird. Someone said, I've already Thought of several folk I'm going to. Yes, yes, please do. I love a good referral. Also, if you refer people to me and they join my program, I send you a $300 referral fee. Okay. I send a $300 referral fee. I'm cracking up because somebody said mine does. Yes, I thought, yeah. Does your computer do that? I'm like, I thought it was the weirdest thing because I'm like, I don't even have to be doing anything. Like I have a ring light, but the computer light goes in and out and it does its own thing. It's so annoying. so so listen, I cannot express this to you enough to make sure that you're see how it just lit up? See how the lighting just changed on its own? Stay on top of what's going on when it comes to marketing and when it comes to growing your business. Remember when I talked about how there's a difference between doing a few strategies and a few tactics to grow, but when you follow principle and you understand the times. Remember when I talked about the sons of Issachar? When you understand the times and you understand what to do in the times, it could make a huge difference. The stuff that I'm talking to you about right now is the difference between some businesses struggling right now and some businesses thriving. When I tell you guys that not everyone is having the same experiences right now. Some businesses are struggling and they're trying to figure out like how am I going to make it? And a lot of it is mindset. Most of it is mindset. But then you have some businesses that are thriving, right? I want you to be on the side that's thriving so that you can understand how to keep going when times get difficult. Businesses, listen, none of us have ever experienced anything that we've experienced with this pandemic. However, in the past, we've seen of and heard of businesses that have made it through difficult times. And many times it's because they knew what to do during the times. They knew how to shift with the times. They knew how to accommodate their people during those times. So let me know if you have any questions, even if we're not live and you're watching the replay. If you have any questions or comments, just comment and then I'll come back and respond or answer your question. So that is about y'all. I'm 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes earlier than what I normally am. So I try my best to keep it as short today as I can because like we got stuff to do. It's Sunday. So if you're interested in joining me in the Expert Branding Academy, go to expertbrandingacademy.com and get all of the details. Send me a message if you want to get on a quick consultation call. If you want to find out if the Expert Branding Academy is a good fit for you, it's also in at the bottom of the screen. We'll be back tomorrow and Tuesday. We've got 2 more bonus sessions to go. We're going to be talking about 7 ways to monetize your expertise. And so one of our sessions, so it's going to be the same time. It's going to be at 12 o'clock. And right here in the Facebook group. And I can't wait to talk about the 7 different ways to monetize your expertise. You may have heard me teach on this before, where I go into the 7 different things that you can do to take the knowledge that's already in your head and use that knowledge to make money from it. There are different ways. When you're in a coaching or mentor space, there are different ways that you can deliver. And I'm going to be talking about the different things that you can do to deliver your expertise. So tomorrow is all about 7 ways to monetize your expertise. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to go over some things that you can do to find where to find your first clients. Okay. So for those of you who are like, listen, I've been doing the work this week and I'm actually ready to start getting some paying clients. I'm going to show you some things that you can do to find your first clients. If you're one of those people, you're like, okay, where are they? Like, where are my clients at? We're going to talk about where to find your first paying clients. So that's Monday and Tuesday at 12 o'clock. Same time, same place. And for those of you who are hanging out with me inside of the group right now, I'll see you over in the group. Have a happy Sunday, and I will see y'all tomorrow.